Wow, Silent Hill Origins Remastered 3 looks amazing. In a more serious sense of tone though, this is Dead by Daylight, by far one of the best cat and mouse most gruesome games I've ever played in my entire life. The game still consists of two very important game modes, such as play as survivor and play as killer, pretty much a game of mouse and cat, or cat and mouse, whichever one you want to go forward with. They've actually started their 4th anniversary since June 23rd, and it's still going on up to this day. And I have to say that a lot of these new add-ons into the game, such as a piece of cake that gives you 104% extra bullet points towards either your killer or your actual survivor, is pretty impressive. They also keep adding more new outfits and new gimmicks into the game that make your character stand out a little flashy, although it's not particularly in my taste. For a game that honestly just involves a very simple concept, it's kind of funny knowing that this game actually has a total of 22 survivors and 20 killers to play as, and to level up and max out to their own prestige as well. That's a lot of gameplay value going back into this game. One of the biggest issues I've been noticing in Dead by Daylight is how long it really takes to actually find a lobby. Sometimes you'll be able to get one instantly, and sometimes even as killer you have to wait a long period of time, but other than that, it's not too much of a hassle. The daily rituals themselves are actually something that makes me really come back and log in daily. Just simply the fact that I can get a bunch of blood points and level up my characters even faster is something really nice they added into the game. Looks like I'm still waiting for a lobby. Well, I'll also just zoom past it. And a player just left, so either somebody comes in really quickly or we're gonna have to wait a long time. The RNG has listened to my prayers! Remember when I mentioned a cake that people could get as either killer or survivor to boost their amount of blood points for 104% on all categories? Yeah, that cake just appeared, and my team and me didn't even add an offering. Wouldn't surprise me if that killer went complete psycho this match. After getting hangover about the idea that I haven't even put an offering into this match with the rest of my team, I completely forgot to explain how the objectives work around the map. The idea is to basically go in as survivor, fix 4 generators, get to 2 exit gates, and try to hold down the lever until the gates open, and then you're free to go. There is a secondary way of exiting by going through a hatch, but you have to wait until you're the final survivor, or wait until the rest of your other team exits out and you're the last one to get into a hatch. And you have to do all this while a demented killer is out trying to kill you. I've actually gotten lucky and found the golden crown in this game to be able to finish one of the events in it to be able to get a golden crown. However, that's only if you manage to escape alive with it. I also forgot to mention that other survivors could actually be trying to help you while doing the generator as well. This is a very high risk, high reward type of gameplay, and it looks like somebody actually just went down and they're pretty far, but lucky for us, the way Pyramid Head works is that he can actually teleport somebody into a different location while also being hooked. Kind of think about it, I haven't really actually been seeing Pyramid Head for a good while, and we've been working on this generator for quite a bit of some time. Oh, nope, there he is. Why did I throw the pallet down? If you are fortunate enough to actually be able to escape the killer and be able to find a chest like I just did, you might be able to be lucky enough to find a health item that will probably help you when you got hit. Jackpot! Boy, a lot of stuff happened while I was trying to heal myself there, but apparently one of my survivors got hooked, and then on top of that, there's a bunch of generators being fixed at the same time, and I needed to break down that hook in order to make a distraction. You can also save teammates from a hook if you have to, but the thing is that there's usually the killer just strolling around nearby. It seems like nobody wanted to go after the Meg, so I decided to take a huge risk and try to see if I could save her.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I also completely forgot that the toolbox doesn't actually break down hooks as fast as the sabotager trait does, so by not knowing that... Once you do end up actually getting on a hook though, there's only one way you could try to escape, and that's by taking a chance and actually trying to, well, hold on and escape. However, the problem with that is that you'll end up degrading your health meter even quicker, making you go into the struggle stage even faster, which is why most players would never do it unless you have a high luck chance of actually being able to get out of it. Thank you so much, Meg. I'm sorry for the bad play a few minutes ago. I'm about to regret saying I'm sorry with Spine Show going off. Meg, please? It's alright, Meg. We're safe now. Okay, no, he sees us. Not my fault. Somebody put a tree in my way. Well, my play sure as hell could have gone a lot better than that, but since I've already been hooked twice, I'm gonna have to struggle as hard as I can in order to make sure that I don't die. Or hope to God that somebody else comes in and tries to save me, but Pyramid Head just might catch them again. Oh, thank you, other Meg. Thanks for saving my life. I'm pretty sure I'm safe at this point, right? I mean, there's no physical possible way he would be able to come back. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Well, at least you get a cool animation when you die gruesomely. Hey, I finished my daily though. I mean, that's at least something positive for me getting my ass kicked like about twice, maybe 3 times in that match. There is one final last thing I do have to mention so I can finally wrap up this whole thing with the survivor. And this is kind of the same thing as the killer. They have the exact same blood whip, but basically this is where you get most of your items, upgrades, and whatever other traits you had, they can also be upgraded through here. You do not unlock any cosmetics or anything as far as I know when it comes to the actual level up system. Maybe there is one that has been there in the past, maybe during a previous event. But other than that, that's pretty much how the blood web system works. You can also try to teach your other survivors different skills, and it also works with the killer vice versa. I had a terrible trait there that I did not want to give to anybody else and decided to skip it. You gotta love when you're trying to skip a useless trait and it immediately comes back the next level just to haunt you. Well, time to end this as the killer, and I'm definitely gonna bring in a piece of cake and try to enjoy myself with it. I'm gonna enjoy all of that sweet cake with that sweet 104% to all my categories. I'm also running some pretty good traits and some good add-ons for my actual bear traps, and as well as having a bunch of traits all maxed out. So with all that, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a pretty good match. Well, that's a pretty interesting mix of survivors, a Meg, a Romeo, a Steve, and a David. Jeez. This is going to be a really crazy match. You know shit's about to really go down when you see all these kind of offerings on screen. Now here comes the killer. The funny thing about the killer is that he has to spawn as far away from the actual survivors as possible. Unless there was an offering offered where he was actually going to spawn really close to the killer, more than likely you're going to start a match with him being very far away and exclusively far away from any of the generators they're working on. So best tip of advice, go for the generators that seem very far away. Well, this is a very odd turn of events. Aside from me being slightly correct about the gens and their positioning of where the actual survivors were, they actually decided to pop both gens in order to try to distract me away from one or the other. However, if you do that, the killer's going to get a very good sense of what is going on and is probably going to be able to booby trap the entire area before the survivors even show up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Throughout that whole explanation, I just realized they did actually juke me, and I didn't even notice it for so long. They popped the generator and then I thought they left, but I could have clearly seen the Meg. A booby trap near a pallet is always a good idea. What I am doing right now is actually trying to slow down the survivor's progress by kicking in this generator. Of course, many other killers are actually going to have different animations to breaking down the generators, but they all feasibly do the same thing. The more you keep damaging the generators before the survivors can get back and try to fix it, of course the slower their progress actually gets in fully fixing it. I also kept in mind that I noticed that this David King was actually moving on to the left side. I actually did not pay attention to that whatsoever and decided to get lucky and go around, only to find Meg hiding in a corner. When you're playing Trapper with these kind of builds, you gotta kick, kick, kick. Well, I saw Steve just honestly run into the cornfield where I'm never going to be able to find him in unless he just constantly leaves a blood trail. I'm better off just picking up all my traps at this point. I know it's probably a good idea to just chase the survivor in and just try to hit him with my weapon, but however, I find it more utilizable to just leave a bunch of traps around where they would originally come back to fix the generator. That way, they try to get in there and try to fix it, I can lure them out into the traps no problem. Hi, David. Okay, bye, David. Damn, that's a lot of scratch marks. I love how I was standing pretty far from that door and yet somehow David was able to sprung out, hit me with it, and including getting the pallet down just so he can get away. Hi, Steve. Oh, look out for that trap. Oh, I love luring. Crap. Crap! This is the part where I honestly thought it was completely game over. I only had one hooked survivor, one injured survivor, everybody else is fully healed and fine, and they already done 3 generators out of 5. The fact that this game is going this way would usually mean that it's over, but I'm the type of tryhard that's going to try at least to get it maybe around 3 survivors at most. While I'm about to do this, Meg and Steve might seem like a toxic move, but please forgive me for it. Home sweet home. Honest to God, I had no idea what that Meg was doing, or even was close to expecting for somebody to fall for that trap. You know, I can clearly see what you guys are doing. Bye, Steve. Well, I meant to hit Steve. There is no way in hell I'm gonna hit somebody in the cornfield. Come on, Meg. Let's go up and stick you around. Nope, no progression for you. Wow, I even took the time to pick up the trap. Haven't seen any of the survivors for a pretty good long while now. They let the Meg bleed out. Hey, Steve, how you doing, my man? How's it going? And he's gone. I found David, though. Well, shit, where did he go? Oh shit, never mind. Into the deep, dark basement we go. Okay, it looks like I gotta pick up this trap, and let's see where we can place this sucker. This has gotta be the worst spot ever to place a trap. If somebody falls for that, I would actually be amazed. There's just no way. Oh, thank you for resilience. Resilience doesn't work on that though. I'm officially lost for words right now. Would you kindly open the door to hear about our Lord and Savior, Machete? All I can think about is the fact that all I heard was her ghost scream before she DC'd. At this point, the only survivor left is Steve. I'm actually surprised that this game really turned around. He still has a chance of escaping though if he finds the hatch. If he found the hatch first. Open sesame. Close, Miss Sesame. Alright, I left the trap right in front of one of the levers and there's only one possible opportunity that he could have... Why didn't he just go to the other door or just wait there? Well, he triggered my trap. He could still be running around somewhere. What? What, Steve? What are you doing, Steve? What? Oh my god. Putting a trap down in case he does have decisive strike and decides to use it right here and now so he could be able to get to the other door in time at least. No decisive strike? Okay. I honestly have not a single clue about anything that was going on in that match. I had so many misplays, so many pallets dropped on me. I got stunned by a door locker, freaking ran around like crazy finding gens, and gained some progression in my rank for it, and there was that is the craziest rainbow of colors of ranks I've ever seen. Alright, I guess it's time for the final verdict on this game. To be 100% honest guys, I really do enjoy playing Dead by Daylight, although it does have some minor inconveniences such as glitches, or maybe there's some times where the rank progression system literally just puts you and pins you against really strangely high leveled characters, or in this case players who have insanely high ranks in the game. It could still be pretty fun and enjoyable. Other than that, that's pretty much my main basic opinion on it. It's still a very fun game up to this day. And I hope you all enjoyed this review. This has been EpicGamingGuru. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video that much. And I'll see you all next time.